I'm captivated.
Good afternoon and welcome to Tea Time with Afternoon Social. I'm your host, Teresa Lauterbach, and today is Milestone Mondays. And we have a great storyteller guest this week. And to start us off, her name is Rose Caiazzo, right?
That is correct. If we were in Italy, we would say Caiazzo. But since we're in the Americas, we stick with Caiazzo. It's a little tiny down there.
Very cool. Well, Rose is a consultant and founder of the Social Media Secrets Club. She's a voiceover artist, a syndicated radio host, and then in the summertime, she's a mountain biking guide. She has a really cool transformational story as she left from the New York area for the grand outdoors of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So I'm excited to hear all her stories that we've got this week. And with Milestone Mondays, we're going to start out with how and why she created the Social Media Secrets Club and what that's all about. So hi, Rose. Good afternoon.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate being on your show. I've got my tea time sweater on, and I'm super excited to speak with your audience about what I do and how I do it.
Very cool. I'm going to turn it right over to you and let you go get started about your Social Media Secrets Club. And I think it's been quite interesting because I know part of it's because it's for women over 50, which was a lot of things are not out there on that. So go ahead and share us your little story about all of that.
Yes, absolutely. So when I first started doing social media, it was at a time when people didn't believe social media was real. So I had to spend most of my time in my consulting explaining that it really was a real thing, that business could be on social media and it really could work for you to help you get more business. So I've been in the business a long time and I've watched every social media platform progress for years. And so I understand social media like few others can. And I had been just living in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I moved there in 2007 and I decided I need to do something different. I've had all these jobs, like, what if I start a business? This could be fun. So I started a business consulting and I saw the wave of social media coming. So I only focused on that. I focused just on social media. So for, let's see, 13 years, well, I guess 12 and a half years, COVID hit.
Yeah.
So first I was doing a lot of informational consulting with different companies all over Jackson Hole, in addition to all over the United States. I was giving public presentations and doing all these wonderful things with social media and keeping people updated on kind of what the newest trends were, how it could work for their business and that type of thing, especially around the holidays. Except when COVID hit, something happened.
Yeah.
It was like all of a sudden, the clients that I was getting, I was word of mouth in Jackson Hole for 12 years. COVID hit, and then all of a sudden I lost all my clients, right? So I had to figure out something else that made sense for what I do and how I do it and how I could help actually more people in the world than just doing one-on-one consulting. So unfortunately, I lost my mother back in 2019. She was my best friend. She was my travel buddy. We always just traveled well together because we were the same. So, no fighting in the room or anything. It was like, you want this? Yeah, sure. So she was such a wonderful woman. And she was also an entrepreneur like myself. And she had a very different business. But I just remember thinking, my mom had this business. How would she change it? I always talked with her friends about technology. They'd say, well, what is the Twitter thing? I don't know. Right? My mom was, she was 79 before she passed. So we're talking about a very older generation. But I loved talking with her friends, in the senior citizen development. They would come over, play cards, and they'd be like, what is this Twitter thing? Like my son won't explain it to me. He says I can't get it. You tell me, what is this Twitter thing? Right. And so I'd really enjoy being able to just explain to people how the different platforms work in storytelling for business. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's when it was just born. All of a sudden I was like, I should start a club where entrepreneurs or business owners, right? Some people identify one or the other, really feel like they need help in social media, because you can get a class, take a class even just for a day, and you won't learn all the secrets that there are to make your business successful on social media. So my thought was, gosh, I feel like this world needs now a club of someone who understands social media so well, that's able to work with many different types of business owners to work together and learn together the different secrets of social media that will work for your business. So if I'm talking with someone, I do what's called social media makeovers. So I'm also considered the social media makeover expert. Like I can look immediately at someone's social media and find out at least 3 things that they can immediately change that will change their social media forever. And so I, working with that piece and working with other pieces. So inside the club, there would be these wonderful, like today is, social media makeover day. Tell me what you want me to look at, right? So you become a part of the club. I teach the club. I do all the teachings. I also teach different types of social media platforms within the club. So like however many times a month I teach, as a platform, and then we do maybe some homework to, let's really apply it to your business and let's see how it works. Let's have a discussion. And when I go into other businesses, so I travel a lot. I'm single and I don't have any children. My parents are both gone. And so I live a very solo life, but I like to travel. So when I travel, I go into different businesses and I say, hey, how about, we do a social media makeover and I, can tape it so that way I can put it on the, Social Media Secrets Club. So that way my members can take a look at it and we can all discuss it like a case study, right? So we do case studies inside there too. Like, how did this person react when I said, well, what if you tried to change this? Or take a look at this. How does this feel? Even just down to the feeling. Are you open to be able to look at the different things in your social media that might need changing, right? Because I feel like everyone knows what social media is now, right? At least, they know Facebook exists. Maybe they don't use it for their business. Maybe they need to try to do something, right? I'm here to explain that social media can get you business, and there are certain ways to do it. But not just that. Social media is overwhelming. The reason why I picked business owners over 50 is because I feel like they get a raw deal. I feel like these social media classes are teaching to the young ones, like, oh, we got this new thing, and here's how you do it, and here, click there, and then you're like, what? Well, I didn't even, okay, I'm done. I don't even want to look at it, right? So I make sure that it doesn't become overwhelming for them, but rather it's this beautiful learning experience where everyone learns together. So some other business person might have a different question, but it still relates with regards to their business, and then they get the aha moments, right? So that is really how the club was born. It is new right now. So, there's all different types of things that I'm offering for the club. So the website is almost finished, but it will be socialmediasecretsclub.com. And for now, they can contact me on my regular email address, which is rosecllc@gmail.com, because we're still trying to get the emails right. Tech is never fun, even for me, because I have to have someone, put together a website for me, so that way it all makes sense. Like if you'd like to buy a social media makeover, I can send you to a page that will bring you there. So stay tuned to socialmediasecretsclub.com, and that's where you'll get to see all the things I offer. Even the club, I will offer free webinars. I'll also offer free, I have an ebook in the workings, right?
Oh, cool. We can Add author to your list. Yeah, very good.
That's about the most profitable Facebook post you could ever create. And it really takes people by surprise. So I'm excited that I'm almost finished writing it. I've done all the photography and I've got the book cover, but I need to finish the book. But that will be available on that website as well. And I also do these special 2-day retreats. So the 2-day retreats are more like a deep dive into a certain platform. Like, let's talk Facebook, but let's talk more like, have you experimented with ads? How have you? Like, let's talk about the back end systems and let's not be afraid of it. You know, have you looked at your analytics? Like the different things that come with Facebook that really are there to help you. How can we position it so that way you set it on your calendar that once a month you go in and you look at your stats and you make an easy little spreadsheet and you type the numbers in and you compare them, right?
Right. So you can keep track
people so that they are like, oh, I can do that once a month. Take the numbers from here and put them in a spreadsheet here or however. So there's lots of different tips and tricks that I give in social media. You don't need to know it all. That's the thing. It's so overwhelming for people that I actually do know a lot of secrets that help them right away. Even whenever I give a social media makeover, people are just like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. You taught me so much. And just in this short amount of time, I'm so excited to make these changes and really make this work, right? Because social media for your business should be fun. It should be something you want to do because your business is your baby, right?
Right.
People aren't usually in business for themselves if they don't like their business.
Right.
So they love their business and what they do. And those are the people that I want to help.
Right. Because I know with me, I've been really trying to learn over the last few months, and my business really hasn't been taken off because I've been spending so much time learning. But I want to know all this about social media. I want to know how my business is going to evolve and things like that. But because I want to get some things right out of the gate, and not just say, oops, that didn't work. I got to change you now. Oops, I got to change now. I want more consistency and things. But there is so much out there to learn. And especially with those of us over 50, the terminology, my mother is, she's over 80 and she's finally learning to text. And I get these little texts from her like, oh, see, I can do this. Yay.
I love those. I have a million of those cute little stories, like I couldn't hear on my phone and then they told me to take the plastic off.
Yeah, right.
But I wanted to keep the plastic on because I wanted it to be, fresh and new all the time.
Right.
Yeah. So there's lots of things. And you said it yourself from the start, and that is basically you want to learn.
Right.
You want to. These are the people that I want to work with, the people that want to learn. There's still some naysayers out there, and that's okay. It's funny because I have a business owner friend. I've got lots of business owner friends in Jackson Hole, and she owns, a business, and she's like, Rose, do I really need to have social media? And I say, well, no, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. She's like,
right?
You're the social media person. How can you say I shouldn't do it? I'm like, because it's about your attitude, because it's about what you're creating. Or if you want to hire someone, you still need to understand the hire strategy on what they need to do, right? Because she's hiring high school kids. So if you're going to have someone from high school do it, yes, they understand the technology. However, do they understand the overall, strategy?
Right.
No, they don't. So that's the biggest thing that I teach people is like, don't open your computer every day and go, what should I post today? Right. Teaching them strategy in advance. Also, tools that I have developed that I give for free in the club that I'm like, okay, so now this is yours. You're going to use this for, your posting and this and that, and we're going to share from here. And there's a Facebook, private club that everyone in the club is in this private Facebook
group.
Group, right? Exactly. And then from there, we can all share and talk about different things that we're learning or what we need, or, on special help days, they can all see all the makeovers happen. Or maybe I'll do a live, social media makeover as well.
Right.
And people request what they want. Like, I want you to look at this post, or I have this event coming up and I really just need a little bit of strategy built around it. Okay, I'll give you coaching around it so that you have the best strategic plan to move your social media forward.
Yeah, and I think this club is really if people would find it and get in there and get involved, because that feedback is really the epitome of what you need. Because I ordered somebody on Fiverr for like $7 to give me some hashtags and a review, just so I could have a different opinion.
Sure.
And so somebody else could see, and like, wow, when I sent it out there, he was like, what's your niche? What do you do? And I'm like, oh, my message wasn't clear enough for you to be able to pick out hashtags. So I got to fix that. So, but I had to go to Fiverr because there wasn't a club to do, to bounce things off of. So,
right, exactly. And the people within the club help each other too at any time, 24 hours a day inside that Facebook group, right?
Right.
And I give, support on specific days, and then I do live, and everything that I do live, if they can't attend, it's placed inside of a special area where they are able to log in and be able to view anything that was done, in the past.
Right.
Plus, you'll have videos of me. If I'm traveling, I'll do a video. Like, let's say I do a video right here and I'm talking about TikTok. You weren't expecting that, were you? Right? But here's the thing. Like, I might do a 3-minute video just to talk about one piece of this TikTok and how it relates and is the same to Facebook, right? Mm-hmm. And I do it in such a way that it's fun, right? So one of the videos that I'm going to be putting together for my new website is I explain all the social media platforms by the way I dress, right? Mm-hmm. So I always say Facebook's like a pub. You hoist a beer, say, what'd you do over the weekend? Oh, cool, that was awesome. Oh, you do roofing. I forgot about that. I need a roofer for my house. Like, people want to do business with people they know, and that's trust. Right? That's overall general, but with Facebook, that's the biggest thing. Right. So I'll wear like a trucker hat and ponytails, and I'll have a beer in my hand, and then it's like we moved to Instagram, and Instagram is like a 24-hour nightclub. It's always going. There's something pretty over here. There's something pretty over there, right? And I'm wearing like long dangly earrings, and I've got like this sparkly shirt on, and it's like, I'm in Instagram now, it's like everything's about the shoe or the fashion or, influencers, those types of things. So I like to be fun when I teach as well. So, and not just flat, like, go do this, here's a lesson, go do it. I'm just very much open. I am very much, I can teach people of different ages and also in the style that they prefer very well. That's one of my fortes. And so when I was young, in my 20s, coming out of college, and I also got my master's degree. So my undergrad is in public relations with some pieces of TV radio. And then my master's degree is in technological systems management. And when I went into IT after I finished my degrees, I thought, gosh, did I make a big mistake? But not really, because when social media came, it all came together for me. And that's why I really understand it like few others can. So my degrees helped me get to this level of understanding why we use social media. I think people forget this. Yes, we're talking about social media for business, but it is a communication. It is at the very lowest level of communication that you should want to be excited about talking with your tribe, the people that want to understand more about you, what you do, why you do it, what you offer, how they can buy from you, right? All of those things. And those people are out there. They're on every single platform.
Right.
It just depends, on what platforms you feel comfortable using and how you want to progress from there, right? If you're like, well, I just want to do Facebook, no problem. Then you pick just Facebook, right? Well, you can do whatever you want. But if you're like, I really have interest in this TikTok thing, then we talk about TikTok, right? So we talk about Pinterest, we can talk about LinkedIn. I know all of them, blogging, all of it,
right.
So it's just kind of one of those things where I make it less scary and more fun.
Fantastic. Well, and it's all about community. That's why I like the club idea too, because the internet is now a new kind of community for all of us. And so, right. And it, even more so now since the pandemic. Yes. So, well, I think we're getting short on our time here, and I'm so glad that you joined us for Milestone Mondays. Now, Rose will be back with us on Wednesday, and she's going to talk about being your own boss on Wednesday and what all that entails. And I think we're going to find some really interesting stories from that too. So.
Hashtag boss lady.
Hashtag boss lady. That's what we're going to do.
And again, my website is socialmediasecretsclub.com.
And I will have all that links in the posts with the videos as well, so that you will see that and be able to contact Rose. So we will see you on Wednesday, Rose. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.